All right, 99.9 Punk World Radio FM. You guys already know what time it is. And right here, right now, live on the radio station airways, we actually have a local musician. That's right. For once, we're not interviewing people from all over the world. We got someone from right here in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. We got Alex of an amazing band, Sunday Riot Club, right here live in the building. Alex, how are you doing tonight, man?
I am doing great. Thanks a lot for having me, and thanks a lot for the kind words. And hello, hi to everyone that's listening. That's awesome, man.
Hey man, I gotta say, before we were live, we were talking about the Senators and whatnot, man. I gotta say first and foremost to everyone that is watching, I might live in Ottawa, but I am not a Sens fan. And yes, I know, I will admit that. I will admit I am a Leafs fan, but it is what it is, right?
That's okay, man. That's okay. I get it. I mean, there's lots of Toronto Maple Leafs fans here in Ottawa, Gatineau, so I hear it all the time. There's no worries at all.
Oh man, the very first time I went to an Ottawa Senators game, man, I was a kid, and this was back when like the hockey rivalry was hot, man. People told me do not sit in the Sens section and wear a Leafs jersey. Well, I was a ballsy boy. I definitely did. There was people that actually looked and was like, "Yo, y'all better get your kid, man," like straight up.
Yeah, that was a good rivalry. I mean, when they had Curtis Joseph, Darcy Tucker, all that lineup, that was crazy. Ty Domi,
man, Ty Domi, man, I still would have loved to see Ty Domi and Chris Neil in their prime young beat the living snot out of each other, man. Those two people.
And I mean, the Maple Leafs also had a guy that's the new head coach for Ottawa back in during that rivalry, Mr. Green, Travis Green was for the Leafs. But yeah, that would have been great, yeah, for sure, man.
But I know you're a busy guy, man. So of course I'm not going to take you away from your Monday night that long. But I got to talk to you about the beginning of Sunday Riot Club, man, because you guys have been making serious waves, not just in Ottawa, but in the music industry in general, man. Like, how did yourself and the rest of the members actually get together to form this killer band?
Yeah, well, thank you. I mean, we've met. Well, JP and I, JP, lead vocalist. I play bass. JP plays guitar and sings all the songs. We met 7 years ago now, and that's actually our very first band. And we met through Facebook we used to work. I used to do contracts for a company where he used to work, and I saw on Facebook that he was playing guitar, and we had pretty much the same influences, like 80s rock music, Iron Maiden, that kind of stuff. So I sent him a message. I was like, "Hey man, you looking for musicians?" I was done with college. I was done with university, so I was like, I have spare time. Like, I want to play music, man. He was like, yeah, sure. So we that was simple as that. So we learned 4 covers. We would jam a bit, then a couple of sessions, and then I was like, hey man, let's write our own songs. And that's where it all started 6 years and a half ago. And had different drummers, of course, in Ottawa. That's a classic. We had different drummers, and luckily enough, Scott Billings joined us last October, so it'll be a year soon, and we're pretty lucky to have him. And great guy, great friend, great drummer, great musician. Everyone likes Scott, so we're pretty stoked. Yeah, that's like the classic full-on lineup, Sunday Riot Club lineup. So yeah, we're pretty happy about it. And we started playing shows. We waited a year when we formed JP and I with different drummer. We waited a year to have enough materials, and then we started playing shows all around Ottawa. Now we're playing all around province of Quebec, all around the province of Ontario. So yeah, things have been great since then, I should say.
And for the people that didn't know before that you guys actually did covers, what 4 covers did you guys first learn?
I remember there was Enter Sandman from Metallica. That's a classic. Nice. There was also Back in Black from AC/DC. I don't remember the 2 other ones. It's been 7 years now, but I'm pretty sure there was a Iron Maiden cover, because JP is a huge fan of Iron Maiden, like huge fan. So I'm pretty sure there was a Iron Maiden cover, and probably a Guns N' Roses cover too. But I can't remember which one. But I'm pretty sure that was the set list for our cover sessions in the old living room, I should say.
I love those covers, man. Like AC/DC, Metallica, GNR, you know, kind of from the same genre of music in a sense, but all those voices in those bands all have different sounds and unique sounds to their voices, man. It must have been crazy learning those 4 songs and actually just doing them on stage, man.
Yeah, well, we should do it. I mean, we should. We still play covers on stage. We still play 1 or 2 covers per show at each show, but I mean, maybe we should play a little more. It's always fun to play covers, and I mean, the crowd it also gets the crowd going, right? So we still love playing covers. Right now in the set list, we have a really cool cover of Baba O'Reilly from The Who, and we have a really
Nice.
cool cover of Born to Be Wild that we still do from Steppenwolf, and we also have a video for that one because we recorded Born to Be Wild on our first EP last year, the Graffiti EP. So yeah, we have it recorded if you want to hear it. It's pretty cool. Same for the music video.
And also, April 23rd, 2023, you guys actually released the EP titled Graffiti. I was wondering if you
Yeah.
can actually just tell us the story behind the recording process of this album. And of course, are there any hard copies available to be snagged today?
Unfortunately, not. No, there's no hard copy, but you can find it online on Spotify, Apple Music. There are lots of songs too on YouTube for music videos. I think we had like four music videos out of 5 songs on that EP or something like that. So yeah, so that EP Graffiti, that was our first one. A little more than a year ago. We were always recording singles, right? Because I mean that's easier, less expensive too. And at one point, people were asking, when will you guys release an EP or an album? So we said, I guess it's time now. So we decided to go to studio. We decided to work with Cameron Dunn from Hillside Audio in Cumberland, just outside of Ottawa, and we decided to work with them. And the process was, I mean, it was easy. It was super easy to work with Cam. We got along really good. And it took a little bit more than a month to track the whole EP because that was our very first like long project. So 5 songs, 5 originals, and 1 cover of Born to Be Wild. And yeah, it took a month, then a little less than a month of mixing, and then we decided to record 2 music videos before launching the whole thing in Ottawa in front of a sold out crowd. That was crazy. That was fun. Downtown Ottawa, actually, that was a beautiful spot. It's called La Nouvelle Scène. So yeah, that was a really fun process, and we pretty much did the same thing for the second EP called L'Opera. Still worked with Cameron Dunn, same process. Pretty much took a month to record the whole thing, mixing, and then boom, huge, even bigger this time, even a bigger release party downtown Ottawa. That was an outdoor release show, so that was cool.
Nice.
And we had people from Montreal coming over. We had Tony Rust, also from Montreal, doing the opening slot. And yeah, that was a crazy party.
I gotta say, the one song that I really enjoyed off this amazing EP is actually "Burned Out Paradise." Man, the whole album is phenomenal, and the "Born to Be Wild" cover is actually killer. But I really thought you guys really started the album off strong, man, with "Burned Out Paradise."
Thank you. Yeah, I love it too. I mean, the music video is really cool. It's super simple, black and white background. I really dig the Born to Be Wild cover too. I think my favorite one though is the Wild Wild Spirits song that was written in studio. We actually walked in studio with only 4 songs, even though we wanted to track 5 songs, but it came up while we were in studio. I just came up with the bass riff, the intro, and JP at the time was like, "Hey man, that sounds cool. Let's do something with it." And Cameron from Hillside Audio just said, "Yeah, take your time, guys. Like, come back in a week or 2 and make sure you have something strong, and we'll put it on the EP." And that's what I think. That's pretty much my favorite song off that very first EP.
And also, as well, I do know that you guys also had the opportunity to record at Artist Alliance Company. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about that experience. And of course, what was it like just working alongside that particular company?
Yeah, well, Artist Alliance Company, that was even before that was actually during the pandemic. Funny enough, we recorded there. Only 1 song, actually, an acoustic song, "Lost in Paradise." It's on Spotify. It's also on YouTube. We have a music video that for that one that was recorded in the studio. I mean, during the pandemic, we didn't do much, and we were seeing lots of bands doing way too much. And at one point, we were like, "All right, we'll have to do something." I mean, we thought it would last for a month max, and then we're like, "All right, it'll last a little longer than that." So we said maybe we should do something. And we decided to tone it down a little bit. I had lyrics that were a good fit for that JP guitar riff. So yeah, we decided to record it there. It was fun, beautiful studio near the river in Ottawa. That's a beautiful spot near Canada. Actually, near the Ottawa Senators arena. So yeah, that was a really cool process, and it turned out good. I think we still don't play it live because we don't bring all the acoustic gear alive. But I mean, at one point we'll probably have to do it because I know Scott loves it too. JP still loves it. I mean, the guitar solo in that one is phenomenal. So at some point we might play it live. Yeah, and we'll have to. I think.
But also as well, speaking of playing live, you guys also had the opportunity on July 21st, 2023 to actually perform at the Ottawa Titans Rock the Night at the Ottawa Baseball Stadium. I was
Yeah,
wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about that experience, and of course, what was it like just being able to go on the field of the Ottawa Titans and actually
yeah.
just do what you guys do best, and that is perform.
Yeah, well, you know, online you can see lots of videos of Jimi Hendrix playing the American national anthem, Slash doing the same thing. Lots of different artists, Zach Wild playing the national anthem, Flea before sporting events on guitar or even on
Yeah.
bass. There's Metallica guys who did it too a couple of years ago, and we sent it to different professional teams here in Ottawa. I said to Dippy, yo, that would be cool. A Canadian anthem, American anthem. And actually, the Titans got back to us and they were like, hell yeah, let's do this. And then JP played it once, first time. And they sent us a message back. They were like, hey, we have 6 more slots if you guys want to do it. The crowd loved it. We loved it. The staff really liked it. You guys want to do it again? So JP was like, yeah, let's do this. So we ended up doing like I think it was 7 evenings throughout the summer, and I mean it was just cool, and it was also a good. I mean, it was good vibes for social medias too. I mean, people talked about it here in Ottawa. They were like, "Wow, that's a really good idea." And I mean, we always try to improve and to bring new ideas to the table that maybe some of the bands wouldn't do or wouldn't think of doing. That's what we always try to do. So that's what that was one of these ideas, and it worked out great.
Oh man, I gotta say, literally, I don't know if you ever actually been to the Ottawa Lynx games back in the day, but I'm pretty sure, as you noticed, the stadium has not changed,
I
man.
know.
The colors, it's like they just rebranded, changed the logo,
Yeah.
changed the name from the Lynx to the Titans, and called it a day, man.
Yeah. I remember I went twice, and like I said, the building still, the stadium is still brand new. It's still exactly the same, which is crazy. But that's cool. It's a beautiful stadium. It's also cool when there's a lot of people. So yeah, but yeah, that was a really cool promo for the band too, because lots of people after the game, lots of people were talking to JPN. Hey man, that was cool. Let's do it again. You should do it again, and all that stuff. So that was really good promo for the band too. So yeah, maybe we'll be back next year. I know that this summer we had lots of stuff on our calendar, so we didn't do it. But maybe next year we'll be back. We never know.
Yeah, I saw your guys' calendar, man. You guys were super busy this summer. That's why I gotta say again, man, thank you for just fitting in this interview, dude, because I do know your calendar was absolutely stacked.
Of course, man. No, thanks to you for having me. Yeah, last Saturday we were in Cornwall playing La Maison Taverne. Next Saturday we're in Kingston playing overtime, and then in 3 weeks, 4 weeks we're in Oshawa. So yeah, it's a lot, but it's fun. I mean, it's we're always having a good time. It's fun, and then after that we're taking kind of a 3 week break because we're going back in studio to record a new Off the Floor EP. Yeah, you have it. That was kind of our secret. We haven't released any information on that yet on social medias, but we will be recording a new album on November 9 on at Raven Street Studios in Ottawa. So we'll be recording a 5-song EP. Tony Russ, which became a friend, will be there to sing back vocals with us. He's a phenomenal singer. Phenomenal guy too. He's great. So yeah, he'll be with us in studio at Raven Street. So yeah, 5 new songs. Some of them we have played live to test them out. Some of them are still on paper. We still have to go in at the rehearsal spot and finish the whole thing. But yeah, we'll be back in studio on November 9th. One session, the 4 of us, well, the 3 of us plus Tony Russ, and we'll just record the 5 songs, and that's it. Yeah. So new album already.
And speaking of the September 21st show at the Overtime Sports Bar in Kingston, Ontario, I actually had that in the list. For the fans out in Kingston, Ontario, that haven't seen a Sunday Riot Club show, will you guys actually be performing some of the songs off the up and coming EP at this show, or are you completely taking them off the list until you get everything actually finalized and released?
No, we'll play 2 or 3, that's for sure. There's Raise Your Hands, War, and the brand new one, Out in the Sky. Yeah, we'll play these, that's for sure. Yeah. They're I love them. They're great.
Have you ever been to the Overtime Sports Bar by any chance?
Actually, you know what? I've never been to Kingston at all. Not yet.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I will say Kingston, for one, absolute beautiful city. They actually, I don't know if you watch Mayor of Kingstown, but they actually filmed the very first season of Mayor of Kingstown in Kingston as well. But also, as for the Overtime Sports Bar, man, I've been there a few times. My buddy's old band back in the day, they were called Choices. They actually performed there multiple times, and I've gotten drunk at the Overtime Sports Bar more times than I probably could count, and I will tell you, it is always fun. It's always a hoot. It was over a decade ago, so I can't promise that it's still going to be the same. But a decade ago, it was totally rad, man. So
yeah, you know what? I've only heard good things about Overtime, even in the last week. So it's still good. I promise. I've only heard good things about Overtime. Also, only heard good things about Kingston, and so yeah, we're playing the Barn Burner event with a Nighttime Drive and My Own Addiction. We're actually opening the evening since we're the out of town guys. We got lots of people from Ottawa actually coming to Kingston to see the show. So yeah, if you don't have anything planned out, well, you should come. It'll be a great party, that's for sure. Same thing for people listening. If you don't have any plans and you're near Kingston, you should definitely come check out the show. That'll be a good time, that's for sure.
Oh, I definitely agree. And I do got to say as well with that, be surprised at the Overtime Sports Bar, man, because they actually have like a bar, obviously, and they have pool tables, but there's actually a full on stage, bro, like right at the front of the entrance. So it's not like a little dive bar stage. It's a full on freaking stage, bro.
I know. So, I saw that on Facebook, and I was like, wow, same thing. Well, we played La Maison last Saturday, and the same thing. It was super cool setup. I was like, wow, let's come back to Cornwall to play it again. So hopefully I'll say the same thing after Kingston, but I'm pretty sure I'll do.
But also as well, so we're on the topic of EPs and whatnot, I do know before you guys actually release your brand new EP that you guys are currently going to the studio to work on soon, May 24th of 2024, you guys actually released your second EP titled El Opera. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this album and, of course, the inspiration behind it, man, because this is another phenomenal release that you guys put together.
Yeah, I mean, so it was like pretty much a year after graffiti, so we had a year to write more material, so we pretty much chose the material we liked the most to put on that album, and then we were like, let's put another cover, that'll be cool. And we're a huge The Cult fans, so we're like, let's do something from The Cult. And then we're like, what to do? Like, there's tons of good songs, right? So we're like, let's do Sweet Soul Sister, and let's ask Tony Russ to actually sing on it with us, just so we have something special again. We always trying to think, or innovations, right? Well, we always trying to think of what to do next that's different than the rest. So yeah, we had a year pretty much to write that album, EP. And we pretty much took out the songs we liked the most of all the songs we wrote in a year. And this was same process, same room, actually. We'll record that EP at Hillside Audio in Cumberland with Cameron Dunn, like I was saying. And yeah, we launched the album at Saw Center in Ottawa. That was a really cool, that was actually the best outdoor show we've ever played. And there were lots of people too, so that was great. And well, we had good press too. We had interviews here and there. FM radio, journals, and stuff like that. So it was also a bigger step that we were taking for the band, even more promos. So yeah, that was great. I mean, I really dig that album, and actually our song White Bronc was actually on 5 radio stations, FM radio stations in Canada right now. So it's doing great. Hopefully there'll be more and more, but it's doing great at the moment.
And I think I actually heard White Bronco actually on Live 88.5 as well, man. Like I don't know, like it's like a little minute, like little few months ago, man. I swear to God, I heard that on Live 88.5.
That's possible because it was sent, so we will know when we'll get to all the royalties and all the lists and all that stuff. So that's possible, yeah.
Man, I got to say, aside from my own radio station, because I will admit, I do listen to my own stuff. I mean, you have to, right? But aside from my station, man, I love Live 88.5, man. Their morning show is absolutely killer, dude.
Yeah, it's always been a great station. Same with DJ No and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That guy he's everywhere in Ottawa at every big events, big rock shows and stuff like that. I mean, Live at 85 has always been close to the community compared to some other radio stations. So I guess that's really good for them. They're always big events in Ottawa, big sporting events and all that stuff. They're always there and they're always cool with everyone around. So I mean, they're great, man. They're doing good and they're great at it.
And also, onto sorry, you guys also have your own artist featured spotlight out there on Instagram, right, where you
Yeah.
actually promote other musicians and actually. I was wondering if you could actually tell us a bit more about this particular spotlight, and of course, how can other artists that are watching this interview potentially get featured on your guys' IG page?
Actually, it's the riff. It's called the riff culture. We don't actually own the spotlight. We don't do the spotlight, but it's called the riff culture. There are people from Montreal. Actually, they launched their online magazine a couple of weeks ago, months ago, and we are the first band in the spotlight for them. But I should say, when we post some stuff, we like to put some music from local bands in the background and stuff like that. So that's maybe what you're talking about. Other than that, there's a riff culture right now, and we're the spotlight artist for September. So yeah, that brought us lots of good promo too. I mean, for streams, they've been sharing our stuff pretty much everywhere. So it's been great for us. Yeah.
It's always good when you have those individuals that really support you, and especially with social media, man. If those pages have such a huge following and they just share you even into your even into their Instagram story, man, it brings so much
Yeah.
traffic to your guys' page.
Yeah, and I mean the support is we've been doing this for like 6 years and a half now, shows, and JP and I figured out, and I mean maybe we're a little bit late, but I mean JP and I figured out after like 3 years and a half, that support was the best thing. If you support or other bands, they will come to your shows, they will promote your stuff. If you promote their Spotify account, they will do the same. So I mean it's the best thing in the music scene, right? Supporting each other. And I mean, it's been great since then. I mean, people show up to our shows, we go to theirs. Even sometimes we don't even know who's playing the gig or who's on the bill, and we just show up to a venue in Ottawa, and we're just like, "Hey, what's up?" And we know people because people. I mean, there's a really good vibe in the music scene, in the Ottawa music scene right now. So that's great. So everyone's supporting each other, and we love that.
But I have to ask, aside from the Kingston show, all the other shows you guys got coming up, and of course, the brand new EP that you guys are actually going to be in the studio soon to actually record, what is next for Sunday Riot Club, man? Like, is there anything we happen to miss during this interview, Alex? Anything else you do still want to touch on, talk about, or promote?
Not for the moment. I mean, the EP is a big project for us. Also, I forgot to mention, so we'll be recording that EP on November 9th at Raven Street Studios, so 5 songs. And there will be 2 videographers with us in studio, so we'll have a new video for each new songs that we will release gradually through social medias in the following months. So that's a big project for us because there'll be lots of stuff to take care of, music and videos. Other than that, we're working right now on getting more and more bigger opportunities to bring the band to the next step. So bigger shows with national and international acts. So that's what we're aiming for right now as a Sunday Riot Club. Yeah.
But obviously, man, before we actually wrap things up, man, I know how to follow you on social media, and of course, the rest of Sunday Riot Club. But how does the listeners that might just be discovering you guys here tonight go about following you guys across all social media platforms? That way, they can stay updated, and of course, keep their ears peeled to social media for this brand new EP.
Yeah. I mean, Facebook, Instagram, that's the best. It's not always the same content, but we always promote our shows on Instagram and on Facebook. And I mean, other than that, I mean, go check out our music videos on YouTube and subscribe to our Spotify channel or even our Apple Music channel. They're both doing great right now. We don't know why, but I mean, yeah, subscribe to them. They're great, and support your local scene.
And I got to say, first and foremost, man, thank you so much for giving not only myself, but the radio station Airways a bit of your time. It was such an honor speaking with, Ottawa's finest here tonight. Hopefully down the line, we can make this happen again whenever the new EP drops. But for now, definitely have yourself a phenomenal killer night, man. And of course, an amazing week as well, because it's hard to believe, it's only Monday. I really, really feel like it's later on in the week, but I don't know.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thanks for the kind words and thanks for having me. And yeah, we'll definitely be back. I'll, as soon as the next album's about to drop, next EP is about to drop, and we'll be back to give you more information on that and all the process and all the videos and all that stuff. So yeah, that's great, man. Thank you very much.
Hey, you're most certainly welcome, Alex. Thank you again, man, and have yourself a phenomenal night. We definitely shall talk soon.
Thanks. Have a good one. Go Sens, go.
Go Leafs, go. I had to come back on and say that. But no, just for the sake of the interview, we're two guys sitting in Ottawa right now. Go Sens, go.
Awesome.
Have a good one, brother.
Have a good one.